Okay, the other one was we were looking at a policy for cameras in council chambers and so forth.
If you recall, that was referred back to committee because there appeared to be two different ones floating around. We stuck copies in all of council's chambers, and I've been trying to find time, I'm probably about 3/4 of the way going through it, to look at where the inconsistencies are between the two copies flying around out there.
Okay.
So
Let's table that until you can provide us with both copies and an analysis. Okay? Anything else?
Are you taking comment on that?
On what, the policy?
Yes,
No, we don't have anything to work with at this point.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just asking if you'll take a comment.
I'll take a comment, go ahead.
Okay. The two drafts that I have, one of which you gave me, one actually came to me via Bill White, who got it from Ed Healy.
Mhm.
So I have the two
Right.
copies.
Mhm.
There is a section in there about the confiscation of equipment if it's not in compliance with the rules and regulations.
Mhm.
Let me just tell you, you got to tread carefully there.
Well,
And this
also-
is-
Also in that, if you'll remember, was another paragraph in there that said that the equipment would be returned at the end of the meeting.
Okay, but let me just tell you why you got to be careful with that. The only people who are allowed to confiscate any recording devices are police,
Mhm.
and they have to show probable cause that it contains evidence of a crime. Even if it is confiscated for a short period of time, you have to have evidence that you have probable cause that it contains evidence of a crime. If you don't, you can be sued. Tread carefully.
We'll let our lawyer worry about that.
Yeah, well, you know, he doesn't have a good hit record lately.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah.
For what reason are draft copies
Well, we
circulated into the public when it's just a draft?
Well, it's draft, I mean.
Well, why were they put into the public?
Why not? You know.
That's why it's a
Ed
draft,
sent
so you
one
get
out.
something.
As long as they're clearly marked draft, we're okay. So, I mean.
That has,
I'm
years
not
ago,
trying-
that was never
Okay,
past practice.
Russell, transparency. If the public wants to comment, then they can comment on it, okay?
Yeah, but
It's
you can
just-
also
it's just transparency.
carry that a little too far, your transparency.
I'd like to ask one other question, if I may.
Is it concerned with one of the agenda items?
Yes,
Okay.
actually, it's the very item we're discussing right now.
Go ahead.
Just historically, what prompted this?
Historically, what's prompting this is the fact that we used to have just one camera, now we've got two, and it looks like there may be a proliferation of them. And we're concerned about the safety in the council chambers, and we want to make sure that those cameras are in designated areas and they're set up in such a way that if there's need for quick egress, there's no difficulty with the tripods and so forth. That's all it is.
You understand that phones also contain recording devices?
We do. We do.
So if it's a safety feature,
Well, if somebody's recording a phone, I'm assuming that the phone is handheld and not on a tripod. Okay. I have no problem with handheld cameras.
Dave, you also know if somebody's sitting in the front row and have their legs outstretched, that could be a hazard as well, and yet we don't have regulations pertaining to that. I really think this is going a little bit too far.
No?
I really do.
You're quite welcome to your opinion.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all I have.
Well, my end of the meeting is done.
I'm done.
Okay. Meeting done at 6:47, 6:48, whatever. What's the official time? You started us.
6:49.
No, he started us, so it's his official time.
6